Mom, don't stop, please. Sorry, hun. Just give me a second. I'm okay now. So, where were we? The animals, Mom, these ones. Ah, yes, of course. Thanks, sweetie. Let's see. A garden had sprung up from the steps, home to all kinds of beasts, crawling in coils and swimming in the depths, leaping high and bounding fast. And among them walked a man not swimming in depths, nor crawling in coils, or leaping, bounding, or having wingspan. But it's of the mind that they can reap the spoils. They think and think more, thoughts that the head can scarcely contain. Willing to see, bound to explore, whatever answers are sought by the brain. The earth in their grasp, they shape and they mold. They model and form to their whims. Like stars shape their dust in times of old. They crafted worlds to suit their dreams. And for each world, for each great creation, they learn to crave more in countless variations. They build and they fight in great agitation to make a new home of their habitations. Hello everybody, Families here and welcome to another episode of Universe for Sale. And again, restarting our day in the rain, waking up as the Master. And this looks rather inviting with the happy flower. Let's go ahead and head in. This is interesting. What an exceptional view. I get dizzy. Can I walk over there? Good day. A good day to you, Master. We've already seen each other, haven't we? I remember you. Yes, you were at Hanon's the other night, right? Exactly. You were there with that tentacle-haired girl, if I recall. How can I help you? Have you seen that girl with the tentacle hair around here recently? I don't think so. I just know that she has a small stall in the market, nothing else. Thank you anyways. Excuse me if my question may seem strange. Where are we? Oh, don't you worry. It happens to me quite often as well. What happens to you often? You must have had a very intense meditation session, right? Tense? Yes, I guess you could say that. I knew it. As I said, don't worry. We're on Jupiter Mining Colony 42, 4th District. You're in the garden of the Temple of Detachment. It's 8 a.m. to rain time. Wednesday, the 9th of April, year 3264. Clear? Thanks a lot. You've been very precise. Don't mention it. Forgive me if this sounds rude. Do you mind me asking what happened to your ears? Absolutely not. I love telling that story. So you see, I'm from Ganymede, one of Jupiter's moons. My family was very wealthy. My mother managed water distribution at the colony. She would sign the contracts to import water for the hydroponic plants that produced all our food. When I was little, I managed that she was one feeding all of Ganymede. Then I discovered that the Ganymede water was exported to irrigate plants on Earth. It was my mother who had allowed that to happen. And as Earth prospered, Ganymede became increasingly dry. The people grew to hate us. When I discovered it, I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't want to be part of that. I left Ganymede to start my life from scratch on Jupiter. 4 months later, I got news that my mother had been killed in a popular uprising. The thing didn't consciously bother me as much as I thought it would, but then on, restful sleep became impossible. I tried everything, therapies, drugs, they just made things worse. Then, out of options, I put myself in the hands of the cult. A master explained to me that I needed to make peace with my past to be able to go on. Overcoming one's past, one's family links, is connected to the temporal bone, just behind the ears. So after a long journey, I had my ears removed. I've never slept better since. Thanks for sharing your experience with me. Pleasure was mine. May I ask what you were doing? Of course. I'm pruning the child bonsai. Here, what do you think? Yeah? Well, it's compact. Haha. I gather you've never seen a child bonsai. It's the first one I see, admittedly. Maybe you're not aware, but chals are plants entirely covered in bark. They're weeds that can grow to incredible sizes. Even the little earth in this vase would be sufficient for this plant to grow more than 10 meters tall. The art of managing chal bonsai lies in keeping the plant small and compact, exactly like any other bonsai, but in a much more extreme fashion. Thanks. Have a good day. Good day to you, Master. Good day. Good day, Master. Forgive the strange question, but where are we? Where are we? Is this a trick question? It may seem so, but it's not, I swear. Forgive me, I didn't mean to. At the cultist temple? Is it a question? No. Forgive it. Forget it. My mistake. Yes? Excuse me, did you happen to see a girl named Lila? Not her. I mean, she is a girl, but her name is not Lila. I don't know then. I see you have the Kala Sutra line on your wrist. Can I ask why? Wrist? This line here? Yes, that one. Forgive me. I didn't want to put pressure on you. Ah, no. Yes. I can do it. My master says that speaking is good for me. A wise master. My name is Mahan, and I'm large, but I'm always afraid. Afraid of what? Everything. I'm afraid of heights, afraid of the dark, people, of the Lomri. The Lomri can be a bit scary, admittedly. Absolutely. So much fear that I can't do anything, and I feel small. And I know I'm tall and strong, but the world is scarier. Sorry to hear, but I see you're walking the path to overcome that. Yes, my master said, Mahan, you always hide behind your own hands. You've been doing that for so long that you can't see anything from behind. Let's get them cut, he said, so we would finally see the world as it is. Still didn't get what he meant, but every day I've been feeling better, so it must be good. It's a pleasure to see you're getting better, Mahan. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Can I see this bonsai? Yes, but please don't say anything. I'm afraid of comments. That's pretty cool. It's very... No. Use your facial expression, please. Thanks. I'll be on my way. See you. And who would you be? Who were you? Who's asking? Are you trying to be clever with me? I've never seen you around here. Who let you in? I... Beatrix, what are you doing? What am I doing? My Prometheus-given job. Everyone requires my authorization to access the temple. But Beatrix, he's clearly a master. He might not be from around here, but I don't see the problem. Forgive her, Master. She's a bit gruff when she can't keep everything under control. Khan, don't interfere. You know that those damn priests are just waiting for an opportunity to strike. If I weren't here, they would come in as they please. Prometheus only knows what the damage they could do if they could. As you wish. Come with me. Don't try to resist. You might not have a throat, but be advised that I know many other vital spots. Lila? What? Bale, what's going on here? Hey, hello, Lila. You know this guy? To say that I know him is maybe going too far, but yeah, I know who he is. What did he do? He sneaked into the temple without my authorization. I was about to bring him in for questioning. What the? Bea, just let him be. He's with me. I vouch for him. You know that if anything were to happen, you're the first one I'm going to look for. You know I don't care, right? We came in together. In case you didn't notice, he's one of your cult people. Okay. I have no time to waste. I'll leave him with you. But I don't want to see him wander around all by himself. Is that clear? He will do as he yes, of course. I'll keep an eye on him, I swear. Good. You always seem to fall from the sky, don't you? What do you mean, fall from the sky? It means what it sounds like. You never know where you are, and you always seem to appear out of thin air. And you disappear just as mysteriously, as if it were nothing. Even here in the temple, which is supposed to be like a home for you. You make people want to boot you out. And you? Why are you here at the temple? Thought you weren't being interested in being a cultist. Last time we saw each other, things ended up a bit hurried. I want to know more about you, but there just wasn't enough time. So I came here, hoping to gather some information on your world. You want to know more about the cult? If it's a way to better understand you, sure. Great. So this time around, allow me to be the guide. Even if I don't really know this specific temple, the outline of the doctrine is always the same. Okay, so if you want, you can take a tour. What's Beatrix's story? Bea, she's a real force of nature. We are friends, I guess. Hard to tell, but it's like this with all my friends. Anyhow, she's got quite a tragic story, but in the end, she's come out on top of it. What happened to her? I don't want to pry. If she knew I told you, she would kill me. But whatever, I'll tell you anyways. You notice the scars around the cuts? I did. When she was just a child, she was very sick. Her body was attacked by a flesh-eating fungus. A terrible illness without any known cure. Her parents didn't know what to do. They tried many strange medicines and medical technologies. She was getting worse and worse. The fungus ate into one of her arms and started to do the same to the others as well. They brought her to the Church of Many Gods, but they just said that she needed to be put down because she was cursed. That's terrible. Makes me sick at my stomach when I think about it. She was just a child. Anyhow, in the end they brought her to the cult. I took her in, teaching how to do the appropriate procedures and meditations. After following the path for several years, she became a young monk. Then she detached her arms and legs, but the fungus is still there. From what I understand, it remains dormant for as long as she follows the path. I see. So she must remain in the temple just to survive? I think so. But she took some liberties of her own. In which way? Well, as you see, she does not follow the precepts on absolute pacifism. In fact, she's the only one to have a weapon, that saber you saw her wield. Since no one else can do that, she took over temple security. I understand now. Thank you. It's been fun to climb over those windmills. I really appreciate that you opened up with me. What? Windmills? Opening up with you? Did you remember under the rain for too long last night? Rain? No, we were with Bandar. Yes, Bandar was there with us in the tea house. Don't really get what you're referring to. Forget I said anything. As you wish. So, ready to visit the temple? Okay, let's do it since we're here. Good day. Lila, you finally came to visit. Hi, Sat. Did they put you at the entrance? Yes, we take shifts. You know, people always forget to remove their shoes before coming in. So rude. At least remember to respect our customs. And you, Master, the first time you come around the temple? Yes, it's my first visit at this specific temple. Where did Gahara Samdir receive the parts of your body? Gahara Sama what? The cosmic kraken that constitutes the boundary between the worlds. He basically asked me where I became a cultist. Come on, Lila, I thought you would at least know this one. Ah, yes, the giant octopus. They always insist on this stuff. And because of your hair, how can you ignore them? They are a sign of the gift of Gahar Samdir as well. No, sir, it's just some strange mutation from space rays. A doctor told me. It must have been contaminated after... After what? Nothing. Forget it. Anyhow, answer Star's question. Where did you become all skin and bones? Right. Traveled a lot, performed the separation rituals in various places across the system. The first time I encountered the cult was on the Temple of Mars. Ah, I understand. It's rare to meet such a well-traveled cultist. Anyways, you're free to enter whenever you'd like. Okay. Wise orangutan. What kind of faces? Nyla, aren't you forgetting about your shoes? Who did you take me for? I'm not uncivilized. You do not belong to this place. What do you mean, Master? Ha ha ha. Why are you here? What are you looking for, traveler? Not sure I understand. I'm not looking for anything. Traveler, don't try to lie to me. My eyes see beyond what little remains of your flesh. You've come here from very far away. From another world. How? No one travels without a purpose, an objective. But what purpose? What are you here for, traveler? Does it have something to do with the tentacle-haired girl? Of course. Master, I don't mean to sound rude, but you're wrong. Ha ha ha. Hey, are you bothering my friend here? Lila, sweet girl, your friend. He's so handsome. Thanks, I guess. I imagine that you understand each other, master to master. Yeah, sure. Good day. Good day to you as well, master. Excuse me, can I ask you about your clothes? I mean, they're so gaudy. Yes, I imagine they look a bit over the top. You see, I'm not a proper cultist yet. I just recently started attending to temple functions. I still haven't gotten around to following the cult's aesthetic code. These are just the clothes I normally wear in the market. I understand. This explains the bright orange hue. Yes, these are the fabrics made by the tissue master, Utak. We manage the tissue shop in the market. Ah, yes, I think I met him. Are you his apprentice? He was very worried to see you join the cult. He feared that it may move you away from him. Yes, I'm his apprentice. I know he's worried, but I need to think about myself more than the shop. May I ask why you're here? I don't mean to pry. No problem, honestly. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I think it has to do with my identity. Ever since I was a child, I never found myself comfortable with myself. Do you not recognize yourself in you? Yes, something to that effect. This struggle has become unbearable recently, so I came here, looking for answers. Sometimes the answers are not meant to be found, but built in the due time. You made a wise decision. I hope so. Whenever I'm here, I feel like I'm doing something useful with myself. I leave you to your meditations. See you, Master. Okay, here's a map. What's this? Do you know him? Yes. He's Prometheus, Pratham, the First, the cult's messiah. He reminds me of something. My parents used to read to me about him in a book, I believe. I must have read to you a version of the cult's Genesis. I guess. I remember liking that book. What did this Prometheus guy do? You see, according to the cultist tradition, in a time before time, human beings used to live in some sort of Eden. God had just recently created the material part of the universe, stars, planets, animals, and mankind, but God soon grew dissatisfied with his own creation. He decided to cleave it from the spiritual world, where he resided together with the laws of space and time. As a boundary between the material and the spiritual, he placed Gahara Samudra, the ocean of darkness, the cosmic kraken. That creature below him? Exactly. The kraken was meant to prevent mankind from crossing over the boundary, as it itself was the boundary. It kept them ignorant of the world, mindless and free of questions, exactly like any other animal in Eden. Then a man named Prometheus, first among all, was the first to look into the ocean of darkness, the kraken that cleaves the worlds. Beneath it, he was able to glimpse something. It was just a moment, but he became obsessed with knowing what lay beyond the veil. He requested audience to the kraken, asking it to let him through. Initially it refused, but seeing that the man's will did not buckle, even when faced with its infinite expanse, offered him an exchange. The kraken told Prometheus that his body would not be of any use to him where he wanted to go. Told him to leave it to the pieces of his own flesh, so that his spirit could cross over the veil in complete freedom from matter. Prometheus accepted. The kraken started to cut through his body with its tentacles, dismembering him. Parts of his body remained on Earth, inspiring mankind to seek what was beyond the veil themselves. Thus, they obtained the intelligence that divides them from other animals. I'm not sure if it was a good thing. This is a debate that has existed for centuries. If it wasn't better to remain as unknowing animals in the garden. Even Prometheus' fate is subject to fierce debate. Some say that he achieved enlightenment, that is, his very essence merged with God. Others believe that the kraken cursed him, causing him to endlessly fall in the nothingness between worlds, neither man nor God, trapped in the boundary between matter and spirit. What are your thoughts on it? I traveled a lot, trying to answer that very question. Deciding if the kraken, Gahara Samudra, was really so wicked to trap him forever, cursing him to endless torment, much worse than death. Are you all right? Yes. Yes, forgive me, I was drifting. Some questions will never be answered. Indeed. Thanks for the story. You're welcome. What is that there? A library. Maybe we can find something useful to help me explain better how the cults work. Let's see. What a pleasant place. Comfortable. Places like these seem to encourage you to read. Do you read often? No, actually, I almost never do. Sometimes I try, but I always fall asleep almost immediately. I think it's a matter of habit, like training a muscle in the brain itself or something like that. Yes, this one seems to be a good one. What's it about? It's a small encyclopedia. The main cuts are illustrated in it. Weird. It seems like one of those old illustrations of the various cuts of beef to understand which part to buy from the butchers. Yes, it can look a bit morbid. Can you explain to me how it works? It's quite a complex topic to discuss, but I can try. You see, when a person approaches the cult, they tend to do it for two main reasons. Some come to it seeking illumination. Others, the majority, just want to overcome the issues in their life. While the first objective is a bit abstract, the second one is easier to explain. According to the cultists, every problem can be solved by looking at it from a different angle. Elevate oneself above the situation to see it objectively and act accordingly. To accompany the path, the cult assigns a different meaning to each of the various body parts, linking each to a given state or aspect of a person's being. After a long journey, the relevant body part related to the problem is cleft from the body, extrapolating it from its preconceptions, and seeing the question from a relative and clear angle, thus overcoming the problem. So you cut people to pieces, literally, but giving it a figurative meaning. It's a curious way to put it. We can help looking at the book to help you understand. The thumb, representing handiness. This cut brings detachment from the need to influence the world and others, focusing instead on conquering one's own self. 2. The pinky and ring fingers, representing truth. This cut brings detachment from the presumption of knowledge, the liberation from the certainty of blind faith. 3. The belly, representing relationships. This cut brings detachment from the unhealthy attachments with other people. 4. The temples, representing power. This cut brings detachment from one's perceived superiority to and power over others, making them accept humility. 5. The middle and index fingers, representing morality. This cut brings detachment from the false preconception of knowing what is right and what is wrong. 6. The heart, representing love. This cut brings detachment from apathy and the fear of opening up to others. 7. The toes, representing equilibrium. Detaching one's toes separates one from the necessity of stability and the constant search of support. 8. The clavicle, representing justice. This cut allows one to stop assigning things to the extremes of just and unjust. 9. The eyes, representing perceptivity. Separation of one's eyes allows to detach from the visible world and see beyond the false veil of reality. 10. The wrist, representing chance. This cut signifies detachment from the concept of fate, the acceptation that things may come to someone unprompted. 11. The arms, representing faith in oneself. Cutting away the arms allows one to leave behind the fear of the unknown. 12. The ankles, representing acceptance. This cut detaches one from their convictions and allows to see the world from an unbiased angle. 13. The sternum, representing death. Attaching one's sternum allows one to leave behind the fear of death, the acceptance of life's frailty. 14. The hips, representing moderation. Separating them allows one to live without excesses. 15. The breasts, representing lust. Separating them grants detachment from the needs of the flesh. 'The legs, 16. Representing hubris. Their detachment frees one from the necessity to pursue one's goals, without regards to the cost. 17. The knees, representing hope. Their cleaving frees one from the fear of the future, making space for gratitude. 18. The ears, representing the past. Cutting them off represents the acceptance of the things that can't be changed. 19. The mouth, representing serenity. Its attachment frees one from the need to seek refuge in positivity at all costs. 20. The nose, representing impression. Its detachment grants a separation from thoughtlessly evaluating things based on the present moment. 21. The shoulder, representing insecurity. Cleaving the shoulder allows to stop seeking recognition from others. Finally, the neck, representing attachment. The cleaving of the neck allows the full detachment from the material world, the unmooring from the prison of reality. Don't you think we've read enough? You must have had enough of this. What do you think I should cut? No, it doesn't work like that. Oh, don't be boring. Come on, what should get the cut? I think they should separate your ears. Curious. Ears symbolize one's relationship with their past. Parting with our ears allows us to overcome our old traumas. Why would I need something like that? Actually, it's a thing that can be helpful to anyone, but to you especially. Your way of behaving, it limits you. How so? Easy for you to say. You're just a traveler without a home or a past. You can go, do, and be whatever you wish. Why can't you? Have you seen where I live? How can I even have ambitions or dreams in a place like Jupiter? Then leave. I just can't leave. Why can't you leave? Orbital travel tickets are not that expensive. It's not as easy as you're putting it, okay? You could use your power, perhaps? My power? Your universes. In all my travels, I've never seen anything like that. But instead, you sell them as if they were mere trinkets. You place so little value on them. It seems to me you're doing that on purpose. And this is why I'm supposed to cut away a part of my body? Perhaps. You asked me. If you're willingly selling your talents for cheap, if you're living in a place you hate and you don't care about, if it were so, then you wouldn't need it. Sometimes one does not know why they do the things they do. They don't realize that there is something greater that stops them. At that point, asking for help to see things from another perspective may be the wisest choice. Perhaps. And you, did you cut away all those body parts for that reason? In a way, yes. I did it because of a problem I had, similar to one that you also have. What problem are you talking about? Don't. Pardon the intrusion, Master. Of course, what's going on? We are in pressing need of your immediate assistance. One of our adepts, Shoro, is about to perform her first cleaving. But it's a very complex cleaving. It's a threefold cut. Oh, a very rare occurrence. Indeed, it has been a necessary choice in her path. She already entered the meditative state to prepare for the cleaving, but the master that was supposed to perform the ceremony is nowhere to be found. The master I saw earlier in the hall? Exactly. We can't seem to find her. Shoro's meditative state won't last long, and if we don't act immediately, there may be consequences to her mental state. Would you please take her place to perform the operation as the Yama? Yama? The master that takes care of performing the actual cuts. I can do it. Is Lila here allowed to witness? No problem. Please follow me. As you see, Shora has already entered the deep meditative state. When ready, take your place behind her. I'll sit back here so I'm not in the middle. Today, like aeons ago, initiate Shora, like our Messiah Prometheus. Together, through their sacrifice, they dive into the ocean. In the ocean of the Kraken, Prometheus dives deep. In the breath of the Kraken, Shoro dives deep. Shoro and Prometheus, physical souls, willing to cross to the world beyond. The Kraken requests a token for passage. Just as well, the Yama will exact the price. Take the Kala Sutra string, master. Kala Sutra, tentacle of Gahara Samadur. Purified from the very fabric of the universe itself. Purified by incense flame, heat, the Kala Sutra by holding it near the burning embers. Kala Sutra, tentacle of Gahara Samadur. With a single sharp cut, the tentacle parts are mortal flesh. Kala Sutra, tentacle of Gahara Samadur, purified from the very fabric of the universe itself. Purified by essence flame. Heat the Kala Sutra by holding it near the burning embers. Kala Sutra, tentacle of Gahara Samadur. With a single, sharp cut, the tentacle parts your mortal flesh. Kala Sutra, tentacle of Gahara Samadur, purified from the very fabric of the universe itself, purified by essence flame. Fleshless, mindless, soulless. Prometheus is God, God is Shoru, enlightened and cursed forever. The Master, like the Kraken, will watch over the initiate's path, lest they wake from their slumber and become a star among stars. Lila, you should go. It's tradition to leave the Master and the initiate alone after the procedure. It may take a while. I understand. If you see them awaken, please tell the Master that it was nice to witness the ritual. Of course, Lila. Prometheus protect you. Thanks. You too.